Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Wednesday, the 25th day of February 2026. Alright, so State of the Union last night caused exuberism. I'm not going to say irrational exuberism because it really is rational. In most cases. And that caused some of the option picks yesterday to not go in the right direction, but that's okay. Now, before I get too far, because I always forget to do this page right here, if you go to tv-trades.ai and sign up for the free trial on this page, I ought to just start at this page every time. Go here to sign up for the free trial. Alright, you click right there. And it's going to bring it down to the bottom. It's $25 a week after the trial, or $90 a month, or $9.97 a year after the trial. Okay? It's if you want to see, hang on, let me just see who is in here. This is important too. Hang on. Denny, are you in here? David. Well, anyway, I'm going to say it anyway. If you want to see the webinars that we're doing right now, like this one's being recorded, and all the ones that I do on Wednesdays are recorded, and all the other ones that I record, you want to see the full playlist, go here to tv-trades.a, and right here in the middle of the page, you can click on this to watch the most recent one that I put in the playlist. But you can also click on this to see the full playlist on YouTube, and that's going to bring you to the YouTube channel with all these different ones that I have in here. Okay, so you can go check those out at any time. Okay, that's just from the middle of tv-trades.ai. It's right here. View full playlist on YouTube. Okay. Now, this was a couple days ago, we had those results, and then yesterday we had some good results too, and today the results aren't as good as they were yesterday or the day before, but they're still good. Now, let's get back here for a second. Is anybody in here for the very first time, looking at this stuff for the very first time today? Any of you guys? Just type it into the question box, Wayne. Okay. Right, just type it into the question box if it's the first time. The reason I ask is because a lot of the stuff that I'm going to go over I've gone over before, but I don't want to skip anything if it's your first time. So let's just look at this. Now, the market has been really slow this afternoon. I've been really slow. What is the best way to follow you? YouTube, Telegram, or the website? Mark, I would say go to the YouTube channel. Would be the best way to keep up with stuff. Okay, that's if you go to youtube.com at Target View Trades is the channel name, at Target View Trades. Okay, you can just go right here to follow the playlist, but the playlist doesn't have all of the videos. Alright, if you go to youtube.com/@Target View Trades, then you'll have the whole channel. The playlist doesn't have all of the videos that are in the channel. Okay, because most everything that I do in YouTube. Like if I email it out and there's a video in the email, that video is also in YouTube. Okay, so Mark, that's probably the best way to keep up with it, if you want to keep up with the videos. Right, so you don't have to keep going back to the emails and trying to find them in emails or anything like that. Okay. Most of the ones that I'm going to do will end up on the playlist. But not all of them. Some of them I don't put on the playlist, because what I put on the playlist ends up on the front page here, and it ends up on the front page here as well. This is Target View Trades. It's the same link to the playlist right here, except this one doesn't have a link to go to the playlist. It just gives the latest one on the playlist. This web page actually gives a link down here to go straight to the playlist. That's pretty cool. And so the metals and the gas, and I imagine the crude, have been halted. They had an issue today on the exchange with the stocks. If you didn't pay for the data for the stocks, you're probably still not getting it. This morning we weren't getting anything, and then they had like a minute where it gave the data and then it stopped giving it. So you have to pay for the data to be getting it right now, I think. I'm not sure about that. But is there going to be a separate Telegram channel for the stock option playlist? There already is, Scott. I gave you the link for it. Here, I'll show it to you right now. Here it is right here. How do I make that other side go away? There it is. That's what I want to do. Okay. And I don't know how to make the emojis go away. I guess I can just cram them way over there. But the TV Trades options, this is the TV Trades options channel. Alright, if you are a subscriber, then you'll have access to this. And if you are a subscriber, this is where I put all the information before tomorrow. You know, like later today, I'll put in this other channel where I was putting everything for a week or so. I was putting all the information in here. You know, these were today's picks, but I put them in. They're today's picks or the day before? They were the day before. I didn't put today's picks in here yet, but when I do put today's picks in here, it'll be late. But if you go to this channel, if you're subscribed TV Trades person, then you have access to the TV Trades options channel. And here, like, this is the stuff for tomorrow. Right, now I'm going to go through this and how I came about getting that, and what I do to whittle that down to even less. Okay, but I'll show you. It says right there, midday picks so far for 225.26 to be traded tomorrow once filtered. So this is just to give you an idea of what's here. Mark, just send me an email. I sent like 3 emails out to you guys saying send me an email to get access. Okay, yeah, you guys just don't read the emails from me, I swear. But just send me an email and tell me you want access. Okay, if you're a subscriber and you don't have access to the channel yet, send it to support@targetviewtrades.com. Support@targetviewtrades.com. Just send an email there, and I'll get you the access. Okay. And like Scott, I thought you sent that to me, and I thought I already gave it to you. Well, actually, you sent it over here. That's you right there. So I already responded to that in there, I think. I know I meant to. But you can send me the email anyway. Send the email to support@targetviewtrades.com. I actually have a thing set up to send out to you on that. Alright, but in this channel, you know, I've been going over stuff in a little more detail in here, showing you the picks that I have and what I've been looking at and things like that. Alright, since I started it. So I think this was last week. We had all of these, and they were all great. And then we had some more, and they were all good. And I was showing you in here this thing that I created. I'll show it to you right now. The thing that I created to help me. Look at this. And Kurt, you would ask me, you know, when you guys are going to get access to this. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do that because this is 4 separate programs. It's actually 8 separate programs now. And you know, last week I showed you guys how I go through the watch list like this. You know, what I would do is let's go up to 3 here, and then let's just get rid of these things. And put the range trigger down there on the bottom. Look at all these extra things I got in here now. There's like 8 more of them down there. So I put the range trigger on down there, and hang on, slide this over like that. Okay, put that on, and and check that box and go to style. Go to style like that. Okay. So what I had shown you, my way of figuring out which ones to have before was to go down my list of over 120 different stocks in here. I'm going to go remove some of these, and I want to say this to you guys too right now. If you have something that you want to put in this watch list that will show up automatically over here, if it qualifies, send me the symbol. All right. If you have something you want to see in there, if you're a subscriber and you have something you want to see in there, send me the symbol and I'll put it in there. Okay. Put it in the same email, support@targetviewtrades.com. You can text it to my phone. You all have my phone number. You can text it to my phone too if you want to. Okay, or you can send it to me in Telegram. My ID in Telegram is @trading_I_Q in Telegram. Okay. Anyway, the way that I had been going about it is I would click on that and see if it qualified right here. Like this would be good for a long trade tomorrow. If we're in an uptrend, it would be good for a long trade tomorrow. And I look at Apple, and that's nothing. I look at Microsoft, that's nothing. I look at Amazon, that's nothing. I look at Walmart, that's nothing. JP Morgan, nothing. Verizon, nothing. J&J, nothing. So out of that bunch right here, we have Nike that's going to be good for a long trade tomorrow if we're in an uptrend. Okay. Now I'd have to go through 100 of those every day, and I'd have to end up doing it a couple times a day. So I wrote a program that does that for me. Alright, so Nike right here in the unfiltered one, I think, yeah, this is the one that does not look at the trend, right? So the trend is up on Nike. You can see right here, the trend is up on Nike. So it says call option. This is the price of the actual stock, not the price of the option. It says in an uptrend. Now this is going to list everything that's an uptrend and a downtrend. You know, like this one right here is a put for Avgo, is a put, but it's in an uptrend. So what I'm listing for you guys is just the stuff that's with the trend. You know, like yesterday, this was the midday list right here. That was the midday list yesterday, and this is what it narrowed down to, the ones with the trend that actually qualified. Now when you see this with the list, I'm putting this list out here because you guys all have, all you guys that are subscribers, you all have the tools. So you can take the ones that are in that list, and you can look at it right here. And you can say, okay, oops. You can take the ones that are in the list. Like, let's look at today's list. Okay, here's today's list. Well, I have today's list right over here. But we can just look at this right now. That's not actually today's list, is it? Yeah, it is. This is today's list. Here's today's list. So you just look at those things. I'm going to do it. Let me get rid of the watch list. Instead of clicking on all the things that are in the watch list, we already have them over here. Okay. Now this one, if I click here, you can see this is the scanner with the trend. This is the scanner without the trend. All these are without the trend, and this is with the trend. So let's just go with the ones that are with the trend. Okay. Now the reason I have both of these is because there will be days where we don't have very many choices at all. If you go in just with the ones that are with the trend. Okay. If you go in for the ones just with the trend. So I kept the scanner without the trend. So we'll still have options, and a lot more options on those days. So what I have to do is look at this and say, okay, HD. Let's look at that. Does that qualify as far as the trigger goes? It does. So that would be good. So both of those right there are still going to stay in. CVX. Does that qualify? It does. So CVX is staying. So UNH. You know what I'm looking for here, right? That qualifies too. What I'm looking for is, as this crosses out, it's all of these are going to have this crossing out and this not crossing out. Every one of these is going to have that much, but the thing that I'm looking for is that it crosses it right here. Oh, that's aggravating. But I'm logged in I think 100 different places right now. How do you get? I'll send Mark. I'll just send you. I'll send you the welcome email. It's got all of it in it. Okay. I'll just send you that. I can send it to you right now. Copy. And does anybody else in here who is a subscriber does anybody else who is a subscriber not know what all the TV trades channels are and all that stuff? Because if you don't, then I could just send you the welcome email, and it's got all the TV trades channels in it. Alright, the links to all the TV trades channels. And Joe, but do you have access to all the TV trades channels, or do you want in Telegram? I mean, because I can just send this email out to a bunch of people if there's more than one. Paste. I'm putting you in that list, Angel. Okay, there's like 5 of them. Oops. Paste. No, that's not working. Mark, let me just grab your email again right here. Copy. East. There. Okay, and Keith, I'm going to send it to you too. Okay, I don't know if you're listening right now, but I saw your email, so I'll send it to you too. Okay, you are listening. Good. It's just the welcome email, and it's got links to all of them. Even the options one is in there too now. Okay, that might not have been when you signed up. Okay, I am. And I'm going to show you exactly what to look for a qualifying trade. Okay, now I'm going to try to put this stuff out. The midday every day, I'll try to put this stuff out so you can take a look at it. All right, it'll give you at noon or right around noon. At noon, it will give you access. At least it'll give you a look at what this is. All right, like today in the channel, I sent it out today at 11:55, and this is all the stuff in there. Now a couple other things got added in there. The Nike one got added. If you look at it right now, well, Nike was up there a second ago. CVX, UNH, Honeywell just got added. That's another one. But right here, that one, it might have actually, yeah, one got taken out of that. BAC, HPQ, KHC, what got taken out? SLB got taken out. This is the huge list right here. This next one down. It was bigger at lunchtime. It got smaller now. But but you get an idea of what to go and look for. Okay. And these are all going to be with the trend. And they're all going to be either calls or puts based on what this is telling you over here. Now, this isn't going to tell you that it crossed properly like this. Okay, let me go find one that didn't cross properly. PNW, PNW. You know what? This would be easier. I guess I gotta type it in. PNW. Alright, that one's still good. Okay, so let me look at BAC. I'm just go in order. All the ones on the top are still good. BAC is good. So far, all of them are still good. HPQ. See, what I'm looking for is this right here. I want the red to cross the blue within the blue cover. I want it to cross the blue as it comes out of the cover. This right here is exactly what I like to see. This is exactly what I like. This is when you go back and look at those in hindsight. These look great, and they almost always work. So this is definitely one right here, the HPQ. Now, so far, every one of these, all 5 of those so far. I haven't looked at KHC yet, but KHC. It's Kraft Heinz. There it is. That's still good too. So all 7 of those right now. WBD. We'll just go through them all. It'll save me time later. PNW, we already did the PNW, right? That was good. See, it just nicks the corner there, but that's still good. MDLZ. Alright, now these are, oops, it's supposed to be a D. DLZ. Mondelez. That's a good one. Now when it goes through on the bottom like this, you see on Mondelez, it's a call, right? Mondelez is in an uptrend, and it's a call. Now I determine an uptrend by a couple of other things that I've been using for 20 years. Determine whether you're in an uptrend or a downtrend. And so I want them to be with the trend, right? And I want them to cross this. So in here I can say whether it's with the trend and whether this is in the middle and this is out of the middle. Now whether that part has happened, but I can't see whether it's crossed or not. I can't program that yet either. I haven't figured out how to program that yet. So I have to come in here and physically look at every one of these. And this is MDLZ. So far every one of these has qualified. Alright, if we go to HAL now. So this right here, because it's down at the bottom, it would be a call. Alright, that's supposed to be an L. HAL. This is not. This is no good. Well, this is that even right? HAL. Yeah, that's not right. Now, I'm going to go through this list because some of these, they're monthly options, and some of them have no volume. Like one of the ones today had no volume. This guy, right here, it says 0% because it didn't have any volume at all today. All right. The oops. This right here. This is Hal. And Hal, I don't know why that got picked. It shouldn't have been picked. HL's call. This isn't right because it should not have been picked. This doesn't qualify at all. So RF is one of the ones. I think that's a monthly one. All right, if we go to RF right now, RF Regions Financial. See, that would be a great pick, but I think it's a monthly one. I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to give you all this information, and then you're going to have to go to your options. Whoever your broker is. Do these have white arrows with arrow? No, there's no arrows on these. Okay, John, let me copy it and I'll put you in there. Okay, there's no arrows with these. Is this options layout I'm showing shared to us for pull up and see live? This right here? No. That's what I was saying earlier. It's 8 different things. Right now when one of you guys signs on, I have to enable you for that, and that. No, that, and that. If I was going to give you all this, it'd be all that stuff plus all that stuff. And that's for everybody. So I'm not doing that. Okay. Hey, Greg. Showing the current day. Yours only shows yesterday. They all show current day. If you're on a daily chart, they all show current day. Okay, Ron. The range bar charts are the ones that don't show current. Right? If I were to switch this to a 200 range, then this, see, the trigger doesn't keep up with the current bar. But any time-based bar, a daily, 24-hour, whatever it is, any time-based bar, and it's going to show the current bar. Okay, that's what's good about this. That's why I said if you check this stuff, even the stuff that I checked at noon, it's not exactly the same now, but it's pretty close. Most of the stuff that I checked at noon is still good by the end of the day. So yeah, so that's kind of what I was getting at. All right. But if we keep going down here, RF, that's not it. I mean, right here it looks good, but so far Hal is the only one that's not any good. So let me just put that on my list. Hang on. I'm writing it down on an envelope. I actually have a pad here somewhere, but it's buried. But why don't, as long as we're doing this, I'll put RF down too because I need to go look at that. I think I'm going to remove that from the list. Again, guys, if you have something you want to add, because I have to hard code this into these things. If you have a symbol that you want to add to this, send it to me and I'll stick it in there for you. Okay, so it'll be calculated every day automatically. Okay, so Bristol Myers was one. That's no good. You see, this right here doesn't qualify. At least not yet. Now, by the end of the day, if this bar closes down by the end of the day, it might qualify at the end of the day. So this is questionable, but all the other ones are still probably pretty good right now. But Bristol Myers right now, BMY right now, this got into the oversold without crossing the blue. If this bar ends up closing down, it's going to push this down into the red, and then it'll look like I want it to look like. All right, you're welcome, Hal. Okay, so I'm going to do BMY right now, but I'm going to make an asterisk next to it to come and look at it again. Okay, did you notice that it moved a little bit when it went down one tick right here? So, see if you watch that blue right there as the bar ticks. See how it went down one tick right there? So BMY is one, CAG, I'll just do them all right now. So, CAG is good. Now, this right here, you see how the blue is really close to the edge like that? I don't usually like those, but this one right here, you see we're in an uptrend right now. All right, it wouldn't show it over here if it wasn't in an uptrend. So we're in an uptrend and we had this deep pullback right here on this bar. So if we don't get down below this level, if we don't close down below this level today, it's likely we're going to have a pretty good move up, at least a move up to here, to 1875, which would be a pretty good thing, I think. Alright, so CAG we're going to leave in NE, NE, NE. That's no good. You see how it didn't cross the blue at all? And there's no chance that that's going to cross the blue, so we're going to take that one out. Okay, what else do we have? Dow. Dow Inc. That one's good. And that's another one. Look at how it is right here. It's just like that other one we had. Pep. Imagine it's Pep Boys. No, Pepsi. That's no good. You see how it didn't cross the blue at all? So Pepsi's no good either. So there's still going to be a bunch of them in here in the list today. You know, so far, almost all of them. We have 5 on all of these so far that are going to be taken out so far. USB. I'm going to take it out. It just barely hit it right there, but we have so many in here already. I think that if this ends up closing up a little bit higher, it should have a good run tomorrow. USB should be a put. Yeah, it's a put. It should have a good run tomorrow. Down. It should make it down below this level. I mean, you can think about it if you want to. That's up to you. But it's just barely touching it right there. Let's see if I stretch that all the way out. It's probably even a little space there if I stretch it out enough. But it's not obvious. Easy and obvious. And this is a bunch of them to look at. T-Mobile is good, and TMO. TMO was on there yesterday too, but it didn't have any volume. See, I'm not going to bother with TMO this time. I'm going to take that out too. And the other one that didn't have any volume was Emerson. So I'm going to put that over here on the side. What was it, R or S or something like that? RF29 puts at 85, open interest 77, should be looking for the place to order. Well, let's look at RF again. What's the volume today on the RF? Okay, it's priced at 29. You would be selling, 29 puts would probably be good. 85.85 open interest. It should work out. The RF should work out tomorrow. Let's just look at this a little bit bigger on a bigger picture here, okay? So you see what I'm looking for. It's the same thing as I look for when I'm trading with the synthetic divergence. Okay, it's the same exact thing all the time. You're looking for this right here. When that happens, you get a reversal on the next bar. Okay? That's what's happening right here, right now. We're expecting a reversal on the next bar after this up close. Right here, expect a reversal on the next bar. Let's see if we have some more in here. Right here. This is similar to what's happening right now, except it's on the other side. Reversal on the next bar. And this one doesn't have that many. This one right here, reversal on the next bar. This one right here, reversal on the next bar. So every one of those bars kept going a little bit, and then it ended up doing the reversal. A lot of these on the daily, they'll just immediately go in the opposite direction. Okay, so RF was on our list the other day. It was on our list the other day for this one right here, I think. We had the short, and that right there. Was it the other day? We had the long, and then we had the short. I'm pretty sure it was on the list the other day. If I go back in here. It's not in there. Not in there. Not in there. I know I was looking at RF recently. PFE. Nope. Hang on. There it is right there. It was a put. And I know that was... We'll go look at what day that was. That was February 23rd. at 3:20 a.m. So it would have been the 23rd. Was this? It was a put, so it was this one right here that said to sell the open of the next bar. That's what this would have been right here. Okay, on the RF, and it did that. Huge move right there. That's what the RF one was. Right there. Okay. Now I don't know if I gave information for all of them in here. J and J. I didn't give information for all of them in here. I'm trying to give information for all of them that I do now. I've actually created something that makes it easier for me. I'll show it to you in a few minutes. We didn't have RF in this list, did we? No, we didn't. Okay. Well, anyway. Can we watch the SPX? You can. Do you want to put the SPX in this list? I mean, I can. But SPX. Yeah, it doesn't have anything right now. But, okay. I will put it in the list, Jessica. SPX. Just one on there. I think that's what it was. I think that's why I wasn't all for it being on the list, Anjum, because it didn't have any volume the other day, I think. And no, John, these are on daily charts. They're all daily charts. The NQ would be the QQQ if you want to look at that one. Hymns mark? I don't know. Hymns. That right now is nothing. Not right now. But if you want to put that in the list, I can put it in the list. So I'm going to remove a couple out of the list. Like Hal's coming out, RF is coming out. I mean, the RF is giving good signals, it's just it doesn't have any volume. SPX. Did you want to put the QQQ in, Jessica? Is that what you were thinking? That's an ETF. But you can still trade options on it. Okay. And it'd be the SPY, not the SPX. Okay. Because you can trade options on the SPY. Okay. Alright, so you guys see what I'm looking for, right? So when I put out this thing in the middle of the day in here in the Telegram channel, you can go through and check this out. And if you guys give me the stock that you want me to put in, like right now I have HIMS, QQQ, and SPY to be added, and I'm going to remove HAL, I'm going to remove RF, I'm going to check BMY, and no, we're still early in the development of this now. Kurt had asked me if I was, again, I said this earlier, he asked me if I was going to make this available to you guys, and I just can't. At least not right now. Not in the state that it's in. And, even when I do get it, if I do get it, into a state where it's going to have, it'll be easier to put together. Right now there's 8 different things here that I have to enable for everybody. And I'm just not going to do that. The Starbucks, it was up 30%, I think, John. That one is right here. Nope, that's not right there. Starbucks, 25%. Starbucks went up 25%. And that was the midday results. I think it was better than that by the end of the session. I'm pretty sure it was better than that by the end of the session. I'll tell you, I had it anyway. What are you looking here? Starbucks, here it is. It was 36.61% is what it ended up being. So I created all these. This is what today's results were at the midday. So Tesla got smashed, and Airbnb got smashed. But these other ones worked out pretty well, and that was the middle of the day. So I don't know what they are right now. I'd have to go check. I have to put the actual values, the current values in there. And it'll calculate it all for me. But Starbucks ended with a high of 36.61 yesterday %. That's right. Buying, John. I'm not suggesting anybody sell anything. You can, if you see this information, you can use this information to create whatever kind of option strategy you want. You want to do a straddle, you want to do whatever you want to do. That's up to you. But I'm not gonna show you how to do anything that has unlimited risk. Right? The whole idea behind showing you this is showing you stuff that you can get into pretty cheap, and it's got very limited risk. Right? And for those of you guys who don't know, when you look at something like this, actually this doesn't have the option prices on it. Let me show you something that's got the option prices on it. These guys right here. Just multiply everything times 100. So that is $254. That is $79. That is 800. No, that's $87. This is $7. Wait a minute. Move the decimal place over 2 places. So that is $254. That is $79. That is $870. This is $365. This is $3,200. This is $176. This is $151. This is $494. That's how much it costs to buy one of those. Okay, to buy or sell. That's either the bid or the ask. If it's a losing one, then it's the current bid. It's the lowest it could be sold at that time. And if it's a winning one, then it's what the high was, whatever the high was. But if it's a losing one like these here, they're the lowest it could be at, the lowest it was at the time that I looked at it. Okay. And just want to be a simple call if you're going to put a trade up, and a put if you want them to go down. Yeah, if you want them to go up, you buy a call, and if you want them to go down, you buy a put. And okay, you're welcome, Angel. And I'll send you. I'm still making that list together to send for everyone. Do you enter the option in the morning? What I'm suggesting, Ron, is you do it in the afternoon, like in about a half an hour from now is when you would do it. Okay, about a half hour from now is when you would do it. And so let's just make the list for today together. A half hour from now is when you would do it. And the options for today, how many do we have? We had a whole bunch of them. Went through this list and we only took out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So there's going to be like 15 of them in today's list. So let's take this right here, copy, and we'll stick it here. And this is 8. So that's 16. So in the list right now, the list is going to be 8. Is that today's? Yeah, that's today's. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So we're going to have, I'll just put the list over there. We're going to have HD, oops, I clicked on the wrong place. Over here, we're going to have, let's just do cap lock, HD. The next one down would be UNH. The next one down would be VZ. The next one down would be BAC. And the next one down would be PCG. And the next one is SLB. Right? Yep. The next one is KHC. And the next one is WBD, it looks like. D. And the next one, PNW, PANW. And the next one is MDLZ, DLZ. Now we get to HAL and HF. And then it looks like I can't read it. BMY. We took that one out. So we took out HAL, HF, BMY. Put CAG in there. Okay. CAG. Oops. Over here. CAG. And the next one down. We took out NE, PEP. Put CL back in there. CL. COP. TMUS. TMUS. And Doug. And that's it. Okay. EMR doesn't have any volume either. I gotta check that one. That was one for today. It was EMR. But those are going to be the options for today. Now, I don't know exactly which one they're going to be. I can go through and pick all that too. Let me see. I have an options account that's got no money in it. I think I can just bring that up and I'll show you. I'll tell you in a minute. The stuff on this side isn't filled out yet. All right, this and this are not filled out yet. But it's 3:14, so it's still kind of early to be putting that stuff in because it could change by the time we get to it. Okay, but let me just go to another one of these over here on this side and see. Let me log into this. Now I have an account here that's got like $20 in it or something like that I created just for this. $10 that I created just for this. And okay, so I can bring it over here and I can show you. This is Schwab. Okay. Actually, does that have my account number on it anywhere? I don't want that showing. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, so all I would do is go in here. I'd go down like HD right now. Now, it doesn't say over there whether it's a put or a call, but it does say it right here on this thing. It says HD is going to be a call, UNH is a put, and VZ is a call. So just look at this. Start out with HD. HD, Home Depot, call. Now, in here, I can go and look at the chain, and it's going to show me the whole chain. All right, and I can put just calls if I want to, and just look at calls. But what I think I'm going to do, just to keep it easy on me, what I think I'm going to do is just take what it gives me right here. All right, and I go show full quote, and right now it says the last is 390. So that it's a 375 call 390. So this right here becomes 375C, and this is 3.9. Okay, that's it. So if I bring that thing back up, I gotta go find it again. Hang on. It's this one. Okay, so I do the same thing for the next one. The next one down is UNH. UNH, United Healthcare. And that one is going to be a put. So click on that, say put. And that is going to be a 282.50 put. Now this is the expiration date. Tomorrow, it's Wednesday, guys. So tomorrow we're going to switch to next week's expiration date. After today, we're going to go to 3/6 on the expiration. Okay, but for today we're doing 2/27. All right, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we do the current Friday, but then Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday we do the next Friday. Okay, that's important that you guys get that. All right, Ron, that's a good question. Okay, Ron just asked that, and I want to cover that. This is the expiration right here, 2/27. It's this Friday. That's called DTE. All right, date to expiration. You want to have a few days in there, a couple days in there. That's why right now Wednesday is still good for this Friday. So you're not going to pay much for the time value. You know, if we go, I mean, you could go to next Friday right now and it's going to, see how the price went up because you're paying for time value in there. But the thing that we're doing is a reversal. So it's going to happen tomorrow, or we don't really care. All right, now if you happen to get into one that does work out really well, like I know Jessica right now, she took an Airbnb yesterday, which wasn't one of my picks, but she did it yesterday, and it's killing it today, and it's with the trend. So she's going to let that ride for another day, I think is what she said, because she's making a lot of money on it, and it's with the trend, so it should keep going. That's why the ones that I'm doing are only with the trend. So if you happen to get into one that isn't working out, like Tesla today isn't working out, but it's with the trend, so you have a couple more days before it actually expires. Okay. If you don't get rid of it by Friday and it's still got value in it, you got to get rid of it, because it's going to expire completely worthless. Okay, but this is all I'm looking at. So UNH is a 282.50 put, and if I do show full quote, the last was 242, so a 252 put, right? 282.50 put, and the last was 253 right now. Okay, 282p, and the last was 2.83. Okay, and this is all I do. I'll just go through here and I'll pick them all out, and then once I fill it all out, I mean, I don't necessarily go out and buy every single one of these. Once I fill it all out, I go and look at price action, and I'll show you that in a minute too. Okay. So Verizon is VZ, and Verizon is going to be a call. So click on that, click on call. So expiration Friday, 49 call, click show full quote. So it's going to be a 49C, last was 58. 49C, and the last was 58.58. Okay, and the next one is back. Hey, that's funny, it's back there too. And it's a put this time though, it's not a call. I was a put the last time too. Okay, so let's see if you were still in the last put. Hang on, let me see. I gotta bring that page back up. This one. Okay, PAC, it's Bank of America, and a put. So the last put was a 410 put for $3.65. What? 410 put? Did I type that in right? 410 put. That can't be right. Alright, I think there was something else there. Anyway, it's a 5150 put. Right, 5150 put for 48 was the last on it. Okay. How did I say 5150? 0.48. I hate it when it goes to the wrong side like that. Okay. But this is all I'm doing. Now, let me just go through it all so you have it all. You guys are, I mean, anybody that's in here who's not subscribed, you get access to it right now. All right. If you are subscribed, then all this stuff would normally get put out to you in the channel. All right. But PCG, that's Procter Gamble, and that one is a PCG is a call. Whoa! Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Let me do that. There we go. That's better. So PCG is a call. Alright, it's an 1850 call, and that was 23 cents. So slide this over a little bit more. Slid over a whole bunch. 1850 call, and how much was it? It was 23 cents. Okay, so 0.23. And SLB. I guess this saved me a little time. I know it's taking up some of this meeting time, but I'll get some trading in here in a few minutes too. The SLB was a call. Let's put that there. That was a call. And that is the 51 call. And then 96 cents. 51C, 0.96. And the next one is KHC again. That's weird. KHC. That last time it was a, well, it's KHC again. Let's just see what it's at right now. KHC. Kraft Heinz call. Call. And it's a 12. 24 call right now. 24 call. There's something off with this right here. Oh, that's all. Duh. I get it now. It's a 24 call. So 24C. And I didn't see how much it was. 42 cents. Okay. And this is WBD right here. So go to WBD. Warner Brothers, and that is also a call. And it's a 28.50 call at 42 cents. Oops. Click over there. So 28.50C at, how much did I say? 42 cents. And the pan W, that is in the list. Pan W. And that is a put. Pan W put. And that show full quote is 195. So it's 144 put. Why do I never remember that? 195. Oops. Okay, MDLZ. Let's look at that one. MDLZ. And that one is a call. 59 call for 70 cents. We're almost done. Oops. CAG. Now I'm going to go through these in a minute and show you something else. Now CAG is a call, so we'll be looking at a call on that guy. And that one is 13 cents. So looking at the 1850. 1850 and 13 cents. I remembered it that time. Why is it going that way? There. And CL. We're almost done. CL was another call. Everything's calls from now on. That's a call. The 96 call is 105. 1.05. COP. Phillips. That's a call. And the 109 call is 158. See? I remembered that one. Finally, down at the bottom, and I can remember them. Timus. Now, I want to show you guys a couple of things. I'm just going through this and putting out the basic information, okay? But I want to show you a couple of things once we get into it. Timus is a call. Show full quote. It is a 217.50 call for 225. Right. And the last one. Duke. I didn't know Duke was a public company. Alright. Well. That's who I pay my electric bill to. Duke's a 125 call for 496. Okay. So now I've gotten them all in there. Now that I've done that part of it, let's look at something else. In each one of these things, you have all these things down here called the Greeks, right? one of the main things you want to have is open interest. On whatever it is you're looking at, you want to have open interest, because you got to have something on the other side. Somebody's going to buy it from you when you when you want to sell it. Somebody's got to buy it from you, so you want to have open interest. You also want to have volume. You know, one of those ones that I put out last night, I didn't look at the volume on, and that is this guy, EMR, right here. I didn't look at the volume on that. You can see I didn't look at the volume or the open interest on any of these, so I'm going to have to go back and look at it all later. But this is all stuff that you should be focused on too. You should want to take a look at this. Now the EMR, I think that was a call for today, right? Yeah, it was. It was actually a put. It was a put for today. But if you show full quote, it's got 0 volume, 6 open interest. Only 6 people are out there to buy that from you, if you were to buy it. So you want to have some open interest. You want to have some volume. So I'm going to take EMR off the list. Okay, because if you don't have, if it doesn't have any open interest, you don't want to trade it. Okay, and you can look at the chain in here like this, and if I go to the Greeks, it might show. Does it show? I thought it would show. There it is, open interest. So this right here shows the open interest. So there's not much open interest in this particular option, in this security, the EMR one. So I'm probably just going to take that off the list, because nobody really likes to trade options on that one. I will go through the list and take all those things out that don't have a lot on it, just at some point. I will do that. Okay, so this is what's going to go in the Telegram channel. I'll put it in there right now, as a matter of fact. Do copy. Copy. Why can't I copy that? Edit. Copy. There we go. I just got to do it a different way. Let's do it this way. Copy it this way. That would be better. There. So, this is as of right now in the Telegram channel. Okay. And I will say right here, picks for, oops, hang on, for 2026 and Ron, I'm going to put open on this, picks for 2026 open, as of now. Okay, because you had asked me earlier. So right now, that just got posted in the Telegram channel, and it says picks for 2026 open as of now. And this is the symbol, this is the option, the direction, and the last price. Okay, as of right now. BAC is, oh, I didn't put it in there. Okay, hang on, you're right about that. I gotta fix that and then fix that. Thanks for finding that for me. BAC, it's in the other thing right here. BAC is a put. So let me just go make sure I chose a put on that, but it's a put. Okay, let's go make sure I did that right. Thanks for catching that. Kristen, you are right on top of it. Okay, yeah, BAC, put. Okay, 5150 put, and the full quote, 46. Okay, so let's put that in here. 5150, actually 46, 5160, 5150 P. And this changed a little bit. So these numbers are probably going to change between now and the close some. Right, but that's as of right now. And let me go back out here. Let's copy this one. Oops, I got to copy it the same way. See, this is a lot of work to do all this stuff every day. It was even more the other day when I had to do it. so now it's in the Telegram channel. Thank you for catching that, Kristen. Here it is in the Telegram channel. Okay. So, if you go down this list, this is going to be $390. This is going to be $283. I'm sorry, this is going to be, move that over twice. Yeah, $309. This is going to be $283. This is going to be $58, $48, $23, $96, $42, $494, $195, $70, $13, $105, $158, $225, and $496. So we don't have any really expensive ones in there today. Yesterday we had some that were over, that were a lot, $3,200 right there. But that gave a 33% return today. That one did. So that $3,200 turned into $1,200 profit, I think. Right? It was 33% is what it was up. I don't know what it's up right now. If we go and look, hang on. Let's go there and look. It was SNDSK. SNDK. Okay. There was a 625 call. I'm sorry, 627.50 call. Wow, it's all the way up at 637. 627.50 call. So the high of the day was 42.80. 42.80. Okay. So if we go over here and right here, okay, high of the day, so 33.75 is the highest it's been. 33.75% is the highest it's been. When I checked it at midday, 42.80 was the high. So it hasn't gone up anymore since then. All right. CAG is the same as BAC. Hang on. I'm going to go back and look. I don't want to screw this up. And I'm doing it right here in front of you, and I'm kind of rushing it, so I want to make sure I get it right. BAC is Bank of America, and that is a 51.50 put. Okay, 51.50 put, show full quote, last was 42. Alright, well that's changed a little bit. It was 48 when I did it, now it's 42. And CAG is what you said? Call or put. Oh, that's what you mean. You're asking me call or put on CAG. I don't have one down there? Oh, I don't. Okay, CAG. I thought you were telling me it was the same. CAG. It's a 96. No, it's not. 1850. Hang on. CAG is a call. And it's an 1850 call, and the price on that is 0.2. So what did I put in there? It's 1850 call, and the price at the time was 0.13. So there's something to be said for doing this a little earlier. And this, on like this one right here, it was 0.13 a few minutes ago when I did this. Right, and now it's 0.2. So it's gone up 50% already. Now you got to see what the spread is, though. It's definitely going up. It was 0.13 a few minutes ago, and now the bid is 0.2. So that is a 50% increase, just about. And the ask is 0.3. You could probably get the middle of the bid. So that would be from 0.13. That's almost a 100% increase from 10 minutes ago. But let me put that in the list. Thanks, David. That was in here. So now I got to put that number down. 1850 call, and it's 0.2 was the last on it. 1850 C, and it went from 0.13 to 0.2. Yeah. Let's put that out there. This. See how easy it is for me to screw this up. That's why I try to automate as much of this as I can. that one. Okay. There. Now let's get in there and trade a little bit. It's 3:37. I haven't placed a single trade yet. Okay. So when we're trading, we're looking for the same exact thing, right? This gets down to the oversold. If it's with the trend, that's great. But if it gets into the oversold, you want to buy it. You want to buy the open of the next bar. Okay. And so what do I have on here? I have the NQ and the ES are the only symbols I have on here. So I move the Russell and the YM out of the way. Okay, I did take that there on the NQ and it's bumped to plus 10 ticks. So from 62 up to 66, that's 16. And I think that gave me 18. Alright, so let's go here on this side of the Wednesday stuff. And today is day number 43. Oh, I already got 42 under 225. So 18 ticks on the NQ for our first trade. And this becomes a 1. And that's a 0. Alright. So let's go back. I want to trade some more in here if we can get a few more in here. Now, this right here, it's too late for me to do anything about it. We're in the long right there, so it's kind of late for me to say I want to take the short right now. So we'll just wait. Now. Nilish. When you said try again a few minutes ago, Nilish, did I get what you were talking about? Alright, again, I want to say, Michael T, is there a place where other folks using the indicators can interact, like a Discord or Telegram, maybe share ideas, wins, flops, workarounds, etc. with each other? I can create a place for you guys if you want to get in there, a Telegram channel. Okay, that was what you were talking about. Okay, thanks so much. I can create a Telegram channel for you guys to get in there if you want. If you want to get in there and start and communicate with each other. I don't usually like doing that kind of stuff because then you gotta, you kind of got to watch it, and I really don't like having to watch it. Because people get in there, and that means they got to open it to the public, and people get in there and they start spewing all kinds of attitude and different things, and I just don't like that. Those of you guys that have been in the CFRM breeze, how many times it's almost been shut down because people expressing opinions counter to other people, and then it just gets ugly. So I like all the chat boxes and stuff like this one here. I mean, I'm the only one who can see what you type. It makes it easy. Everybody talks to me, and I talk to everybody. So no, I don't have anything like that right now, Michael. Okay, so we are not outside the bands here, so we're not going to get any kind of a black arrow. We're not getting any kind of a gray arrow to let us know that we have a black arrow coming anywhere. But the last black arrow, we get the gray arrow, it lets you know that the next up close would be a black arrow. Now, the only black arrows you're really interested in are the ones that are outside the bands. Alright, the ones that are outside the bands, like that one and like this one. Now, the whole reason I created this synthetic divergence was to filter out trades. Okay. And what I ended up doing when I did that was I created a reversal indicator. And so the idea was to filter out trades like this one right here. It would have filtered this one right here out because right there it went through the blue and it got outside the cover. It got to the edge of the cover. So you would not trade that. You'd skip that one. This one right here. Well, that wasn't inside, but that's what I was trying to filter. That kind of thing right there. This one right here. That's what I was trying to filter. This one right here. Trying to filter. That one, that would have gotten filtered too, but that was the idea. So this would have gotten filtered. You see the ones, actually it wasn't outside, so you wouldn't have taken that anyway. But that would have been okay. That would have been okay. That would have gotten filtered. You see, when it goes through the blue on the way out, you don't want to take that trade because it's a reversal. Now, you can actually trade the reversal if you want to. I would say trade the reversals that are with the mid bands. If the mid bands are red and going down, Look for the reversals that happen when you're with the mid bands. All right. If you have a purple or a white that happens to be going against the reversal, you can probably do both. Right? That happened at the end of a session 2 weeks ago. I was trying to explain it, and then it just happened, and I was able to show it. Well, this is pretty much it right here. Like right here, you have this right here is a reversal, right? It just barely nicked the corner. So you'd buy this, and if it doesn't end up going above this right here, and it closes down, then you could sell it for the white bar. Okay, you could sell it for the white bar trade. Does that make sense? It's basically what I was just saying. If that would have been clearly on the blue, then you'd take the reversal trade right here. You just buy it, right? You'd buy the ES. And if the ES does not actually do a reversal, you make some money in this. As it fails right here at the top, you still make a little bit of money in that. And then as it comes back down, if it closes down, or if the next bar closes down, then your white bar is going to work out, and it's going to push it down to this outer band. Okay, I know I'm saying a whole bunch of words, and I don't know if I've lost you guys in all this. So far we've only got one trade. And there were probably a bunch of them that happened. You know, this morning session, it was really slow and dry. Even the afternoon session, I only had 2 trades, I think. But in the time that I've been talking, it's actually really been slow in the time that I've been talking, from 2:30, just right here. We've had 1 trade right there, which was a reversal. A purple arrow right here that you would have skipped. A white arrow right here. It didn't actually hit the blue on the way out. You could have taken it, it probably would have stopped. It wouldn't have stopped you out, you'd still be in it. It would have rode it out to here. And this white right here, which I just said a minute ago, if you took the reversal right here at the open, you would have probably taken a break even on that. And if this ends up closing down, you take the white. Okay, and watch and look for the ES to move down. That was the ES. The NQ probably had something happen while I was talking. Actually, the NQ didn't have much either. This is a 39 range on the NQ. We could drop it down to a 19 range, so we do get some more triggers in here. But I guess this slow period is an opportunity for me to show you stuff, since we're running out of time. The last 15 minutes are really when most of the trades trigger in anyway. Let's do that. Let's drop this down to a 19 range. I'm going to have to change my bracket on my DOM for that. Hold on. Go to a 19 range. And make sure the targets and stuff are right. Break even plus 4. Okay. So like right here, this has got a reversal signal right here, this purple one. So you probably don't want to go long right here, but you could sell it right here. And if it doesn't continue down right here, okay, if it doesn't continue down, then if it starts moving up, you could buy it for the purple, because the purple is with the trend. The mid bands here. I'm sorry, I bring it over. It just gave me 4 ticks. The stop goes to break even plus 4 when I'm using a 19 range. Let me see if I can show you the print on that. Right for you, it gave me 4 ticks. It gave me 2 ticks. I'll show you. Here, it just gave me 2 ticks, not 4. Okay, but my stop with the 19 range goes to break even plus 4 after 10 ticks in profit. So the purple is working out just fine. I did the reversal on that for the 4, and I could have switched back and done a reverse on the whole trade and taken the purple to the outer band, but let's not get too crazy. So that was another 4 here. That puts us at 22 there and 2 there. Okay. Alright. So I feel like I've been talking non-stop since I started this meeting. It's a bunch of information though, isn't it? The option stuff, for those of you guys that don't know how to use options, that don't know anything about options, I'm gonna put a guide together for you about it. Okay, the way that I'm using them. It's not going to be a really in-depth guide, but it'll be a guide for the way that I'm using them with this stuff. Alright, and I'll make that available to all of you. Okay. Alright, so the purple kept going. Now remember, the purple bar is one that straddles the midbands with the trend. Right? The white is with the trend, but it's on the other side. It's in this area on the other side of the band. If you happen to get a white with a black arrow on it, regardless of where the black arrow is, if you happen to get a white with a black arrow, those usually work out really well. Okay, so this gray arrow right here is suggesting the next down close is going to be a short. Now this down here is suggesting that it's going to go. It's going to be alright. That's what it's all suggesting right there. Okay. So if we get a down close here on the ES, it's suggesting it's going to go down. And the divergence is suggesting that it'll keep going. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, I keep using the word synthetic. It's because it's synthetic divergence. This thing is made up out of a time frame that I created. Because with range bars, you can't use, you can't really use very well time frames from other, or data from other time frames with range bars, because there is no time value associated with range bars, so it doesn't really work very well. So I created my own time frame based on the data within each bar. That's why it's synthetic. Okay, that's why I use that word. Just so you have a little bit of understanding why I keep saying that. Is that in a video? Yeah, of course it's in a video. But I'll say it again for you, Mark. The reason I put the midbands in there, the midbands in here, is because the black arrow stuff is counter trend almost all the time. Alright, so that's a short right there on the ES. It's coming off the high of the day, but that's a short. You see, it didn't give the... Alright. It went... Now, on the ES, on the 7 range on the ES, my stop goes to break even after 4 ticks in profit, so I'm sure that just took me out of break even right there. It's 350. But what I was saying is, these are usually counter trend, alright? And the reason I created this was to show you when not to take those trades. This said it was okay to take. And I'll go check, but I'm pretty sure that that moved my stop to break even and took me out of break even. It actually gave me 1 tick. I'll show you. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm looking in the wrong place. It actually slipped me 2 ticks. I'll show you. It slipped me 2 ticks. It should have had me a break even, but it slipped me 2 ticks. Here it is right here. I sold 60.5 and it bumped my stop to break even, but when it bounced right back up, it slipped me from break even to 61. So I lost 2 ticks, but it wasn't a stop out. So on the ES, where's my ES one? ES number of ticks, right here we have -2. Okay. But it's not counted as a stop out. Let's get back in there and see if we have any other trades. Now, that purple was okay to take because it didn't say not to down here on the NQ. This is reversal right now. You could take the long right there. Okay, right there, you could take that long. And it's with the mid-band trend. This is a reversal here on the ES as well. Okay, so you both got reversal on both of those right now going. And the reversal is because it passed through the blue on the way out right here. Right, passed through the blue. Well, that one passed through the blue on the way out right there. So it's a reversal from the open right there a minute ago. And both of them are with the trend, with the mid-band trend. So if you're going to take the reversals, those are the ones you want to take, the ones with the mid-band trend. Okay, did I lose anybody on this yet? Okay. Here's the NQ one. I'm going to go to plus 12 on that. And we're all at plus 12 on that one. Here's the ES one. Hasn't gone to break even yet. It's going to go 4 ticks in profit to go to break even. You're getting an error alert on the NQ range trigger. Just shut it off and turn it back on, Wayne. Yeah, just shut it off and turn it back on. Okay, when I say shut it off, I mean just do this. Oh, I lost my DOM. Hold it. Here it is. Let me put this window on top so I don't lose it again. And we got 12 ticks on that last one on the NQ. Right? 12, so this becomes 36. This becomes 4. Okay, we'll go back out here, and we're back at the mid-band on this. It's not suggesting any kind of a reversal or anything like that. The NQ didn't give a trade here or here at the moment. If it does give an up close right here, it's going to give you a black arrow like that, and that is an okay black arrow. It's not saying it's going to reverse right here. So that just went to +4. And we got out with +4 on that one. And so we'll put another +4 in. If we stop out on the CS, that's going to hurt the overall total. But it's at the mid-band right now, and it should bounce from here. We should be okay on the ES trade. But let's go put another +4 in here. It's this one. Okay, this is +4. Okay. So we're up to 40 there, and that puts us overall at 1750. Okay. So 5 there. So if we did stop out on this, it'd be 1250. We'd still be +500, which is nowhere near our average. Our average is like 5,000, just about. But but it'd be positive. Okay. Granted, I did talk most of the session. Then we have a purple going with us right now. It's not saying it's going to reverse. It's purple right here. So this is an actual trade, a secondary trade right here, to push us in the right direction. Now we're at the mid-band right here, and the mid-band just changed to red, but we didn't get any kind of a signal down here that it's going to stop. Not yet, anyway. Okay. If we get a down close on this, it'll be a purple short. There it is, the purple short. And this is suggesting it's going to change. Alright, we did end up stopping out on... I think we ended up stopping out. I don't think it went to break even. It did stop us out, right? Is it time to put the options trades in? Yes. Let me go in. It's 3:55. Yeah, right now is the time to go put them in. So let me go back to that. Crap, I don't want to do that right now. Hang on. No, we ended up getting a break even on the S. It was 82.75 to 82.75. Okay. So we ended up with a break even on the S. Let me just go put that in. The S was a break even, so this is just a 6. Now, I want to show you guys something else here with the options trades. Okay. Let's go back here. I hit save on this. I'm running out of time. I'm not going to be able to do everything I want to do. But let's go back here. These are the ones that I chose for yesterday. So let me just let's go to stocks copy 2. We should have a bunch in here too. Okay, so what I usually do is I will go here right now and go through these and pick the ones that I like the most out of these. And when I look at this, I'm going to end up missing a bunch of these today. Look at HD, Home Depot, and then let me go into my other thing here. And like CAG right now, what's the spread on CAG? It's 10 cents. That's a big spread for something so low. Home Depot, what's the spread on that? Let's go to, what are we looking at on Home Depot? 375 call. Crap. I'm not going to get any of this stuff done. Call. 375 call still. That's not much of a spread for that. That's not bad. Show full quote. That's at 405 now. It was at 390 a little while ago. Okay. Let me slide this over. And what time is it? 3:57. I'm not going to be able to place many trades here. And let me just look at the ones that let's get Home Depot right here. That's what Home Depot looks like. UNH. Let's see what that symbol looks like. Okay, Verizon, VZ. Let's see what that symbol looks like. Blow that up. Okay, so I like Home Depot the most out of those three so far, and I'll show you why in a minute. BAC. I might let this meeting run over a little bit. Okay. BAC. I like that one too. Okay, that's enough. Hang on. Hold it. Let me get this stuff. I gotta switch accounts really quick. They make it really easy at Schwab to switch accounts. It's just a drop down box. I can switch to this other one. There it is. Switched. Alright, I'm just gonna go with the ask right here. What time is it? 3:58. Okay. BAC. I like that one too. Hang on. I lost it. Here it is. No way. That's funny. Okay, I'm just going to go with the ask on both of those. Alright, give it a minute. That's all I got is a minute. Okay. Alright, let me switch back now to the other account. Okay. Alright. And there is the bell. So I got into both of those, the BAC and the HT. Those are the only two I got into because I ran out of time and I wasn't paying attention. Thanks for bringing that up, Mark. Bruce, okay, I'll put you on that list too. Okay. Alright. Let me bring up that, where I have all that going. That is over here. Why I have so many things going in here. Paste. Okay. When do you close out the option trades that you take? Tomorrow morning, John. See, after hours right now, I can go and put in a target on those things. Okay, and I showed you a video on how to do that. Now, the ones I didn't really go through like I normally would because I ran out of time. But of the ones that I just looked at, I like this short here on Bank of America, because this is a 50% retracement of that leg down. So it should have another leg like that from this area tomorrow. And that's a short, that's a put. So I like that one on Bank of America. That looks better to me. And I like the Home Depot one. Same reason in the opposite direction. Okay, see, this is going to be a call right here. And it was a retracement. It's already started retracing off this low down here. So it's going to be a call for the morning. And I did both of those pretty much at the market. So this was 0.4. They were both at 0.4. I mean at 4. Sorry. The question that John asked is, when do you close out the option trades that you take? They usually will be in the first 4 hours of the morning. Usually going to get what you want out of it. Okay. So I only managed to get into 2 out of all those ones we had today. I only managed to get into 2 of them. But I wanted to show that to you. I wanted to go through that with you guys too. I'm gonna run this meeting over a little bit. Okay, I normally just stop it exactly at an hour and a half, but I'm gonna run it over a little bit so we can go through some of this. Okay, so let's do that. Now, this was, oh crap, hang on. This was the list, right? These right here are the ones I was looking at. I only got into 2 of those, that one and that one. I'll put in a call. This one I got into at 4, and this one I got into at 4. Both of those I got into at 4. Okay. And all these things that are on here, you want to look at them, look at the chart, and think about what you know about charts. Okay, like let's look at PCG. Now, we'll just look at the PCG chart. Okay, and blow it up. So this was a call. Actually, was PCG on our list? It doesn't look like right here. It doesn't look like it's anything that I want to do. But well, anyway, I think PCG was on the list, and it would be a call. No, it doesn't look good right here. I don't think that's what I would want to do. 1850 call. It was on the list back then, but let's look at SLB. SLB. That's not looking good either. What the heck, man? SLB, KHC, KHC. That missed it too. That didn't end up hitting it. So I gotta go through this. This is what it was at 337. WBD. BBD. That's a good one. Okay, so Warner Brothers. What I would look at is what I always look at when you're trading. You know, the markets are always doing the same thing, right? They're going up, they're going up and down, up and down. Doesn't matter what time frame you're on. And so this is a daily. So right now it went up, it went down, went up, it went down, it went up, exceeded the prior swing high, so now it should go down. Roughly at a 50% pullback right here. And from there it should bounce up. And how far should it bounce? It should bounce from here to here. This much up. So from here to here. That's what it should do tomorrow. Okay. If I grab this thing, it should go from there to there. So tomorrow we should see this up at 29.50, roughly. Okay. So when you're looking at PCG was on the list. I know, that's why I was going through it. It was on the list, but things have changed since then. That's why I say, you got to try to do this later in the day. All those ones that I did in here, I said as of right now. But if I go through all these again, PCG is not going to be on the list anymore. SLB is not going to be on the list. KHC is not going to be on the list. If I go through them all again right now, I'll leave them there for now. I'll just leave them there for tonight, and we'll go through it tomorrow. They were all on the list. They were all okay at the time. But all those values have changed. You know, like HG I ended up getting at 4. And, you know, the BAC, I got it 4 also. But the 4 is a better price on that one. The 4 is a worse price on that one. And one of the other ones that we looked at, this one down here, was 13 when we first looked at it, and it ended up being 0.2 at the end of it. PCG is on the list. I had the wrong ticker on. Oh, okay. Okay, so I typed it in wrong. Okay, I typed it in wrong. Okay, well thanks, that makes me feel a little better. Thanks, Mario. Well, anyway, I'm just showing you the same thing with HAL too. Okay, well, this is what we had at that time at 337. This is what we had. So I'm going to leave those there for now. And there was another thing that I wanted to cover with you. I'm going to have to go over this. I'm going to have to just make a list of stuff I want to cover with you guys next week too. Yeah, I clicked on the wrong HAL. I clicked on that HAL, and this is the HAL we wanted, I think. Isn't it? No, that didn't cover it. That didn't cross it right there. But anyway, HAL. Oh, HAL is one of the ones I took off the list, right? Yeah, HAL is one of the ones I took off the list. HAL, RF, BMI, NE, PEP, USB, and TMO. Those are the ones I took off the list, not the ones I put on the list. HAL's not on this list. Duh. It's not on this list. Thank you. And what was the other one? Whatever. Alright. I have so much I want to say. I could go on for another hour. But I'm going to wrap it up for now. If you guys haven't taken the trial, go here to tv-trades.ai. Sign up for the trial there. We're going to have some good results tomorrow. I'm sure we're going to have good results tomorrow. The end of the day results for the ones that weren't doing so well today. Airbnb, I don't think it's gone down any since I had it earlier. A, B, and B. Yeah, it's closing the day at the top. So Airbnb hasn't done any better than Tesla. Tesla's actually gone up, I think, since I last looked at it. So those were the two in these results today. And those were the two that weren't doing well. And these, I'll go through them again and see if they got any better than that. But I mean, those are pretty good. You know, the CRM, I was surprised that we were able to get anything out of CRM today because it had earnings today. But this is the list. This is how I'm going to leave it for tomorrow. All right, it's got all the options with the last price at that time, and you know, tomorrow morning we'll see what they all do. But they all looked good at the time that I checked them, and I'm sticking with that. Alright, so we didn't trade much today. We only had a couple of trades in and ended up 1750, which isn't horrible. But this number here should be a 42. Okay, so now we are averaging in this session, with 10 contracts on, averaging $4,432. With one contract, $443. With one micro, $44.35. That's what we're averaging in this session every time we have it. So we've had 42 sessions so far that I've kept track of. All right, we had a couple more up here, so we had like 46 actually, that I've kept track of. So it's good stuff. That's 42 weeks worth of trading. I want to remind you guys, I am going to be on vacation 1 week next week, from the 16th to the 20th. Next month. March 16th to 20th, I'm going to be gone. Okay. I may have somebody try to do all this stuff for me while I'm gone. I may have somebody try to do all that stuff for me, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I just showed you that it's a lot to do in a day. And if you have a regular full day, then it's a lot to put on anybody. Again, if you haven't taken the free trial, go to tv-trades.ai. This video will be right here. If you go to tvtrades.ai, at the end of this, in about an hour, you'll be able to access this video right here from tvtrades.ai. You'll also get an email about it. I'm going to get a couple emails. One from support and one from GoToWebinar. So you get a couple emails about it too. Okay? Alright. Yeah, that's still a couple weeks away.